Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam, Miss Iza. Please have your seat.
Thank you.
How are you today, Miss Iza?
I'm doing great today. Thank you for asking.
Alright. I have received your application for the position as a copywriter. For a start, let me introduce myself first. My name is Auni Fatina Bedi Tazudin, and I would like to welcome you to this interview.
Thank you for having me in this interview.
To begin with, can you please briefly introduce yourself?
Of course, my name is Izzah Munira Jeffrey and I have a degree in Quran and Sunnah Studies from University Science Islam Malaysia USIM. I have a good command of Malay, English and Arabic language. I am also persistent at getting a job done as I take every task assigned to me seriously while working along my teammates. That being said, I am a goal-oriented person. I've set my mind on something, I'll do my best to complete or to achieve it with all my might or whatever measure it takes. Other than that, I want to utilize my knowledge that I have acquired during my degree and internship to produce beneficial contents as well as to serve as a form of dawah towards the society, and it became the reason why I applied for this position. Therefore, I am willing and ready to acquire new skills and knowledge in this industry and prove myself as a valuable asset to this company.
What attracts you to apply for the position as a copywriter?
Um, Ever since I was young, I always wondered how the advertisements on television was produced, how it was directed, to how one get paid for being on ads. And my mother and I always enjoyed watching ads that doesn't make any sense at all, but the message of their ads reached us as an audience. Then I've got to know that copywriters were a part of making it happen behind the scenes. From that, I did my internship at TV Al Hijrah as a copywriter intern, and I was exposed to backstage production, and it intrigued me even more in in-house copywriting. On top of that, this position also fits my preference as someone who loves to do creative writings. And like I said earlier, I want to create beneficial content and deliver it as a form of da'wah towards public.
What do you learn in university and your internship project, and how can you relate that to this position?
Uh, I believe that I can utilize my language skills that I've learned back in university, as my university use at least three languages as the instructing medium, which is Malay, English, and Arabic. Since this position requires the candidates to be able to speak in and write in Malay and English, I am confident that I can execute the task given perfectly that requires my language skills. And in addition to that, if there's a task that requires my language skills in Arabic, I am confident that it will be a big help for the project outcome. I also have an experience in assisting senior copywriters with scripting during my internship. The seniors there taught me a lot about copywriting skills and manners to produce great content. Therefore, I want to apply what I've learned during my internship that can benefit the company's objective in marketing and commercials.
What do you know about this field?
Aside from what I've experienced during my internship as a copywriting intern, I once attended a copywriting seminar which was held under my university's alumni organization. I've learned a lot of information about copywriting, and it gave me a new insight about this position. Hence, I'm eager to learn more about its job scope on first-hand experience. So, what I remember from the seminar is that a copywriter needs to be able to write clear and compelling copy for various mediums. Like I said earlier, besides my proficient language skills, I also possess computer skills and up to date with technology advancements, which I believe is very required in any field of work in this modern era. Besides that, a copywriter is also capable of conducting thorough research and interviews based on my experience during my university years. I have done a lot of researches and interviews to meet my assignment requirements. I am positive that I could utilize that long polished skills and produce a high quality outcome through researching that I will conduct later on. I also learned that a copywriter utilizes their writings to persuade and influence the audience as a marketing strategy. To write a perfect flow of a content, it requires a lot of practices, a lot of experiments to be able to produce suitable contents that fits the society preference. So, for a start, in order to do that, I need to keep up with the ongoing trends on social media or viral news that circulating netizens because I believe that such details need to be taken into account in order to attract audience from various age as well as keeping the honesty policy to provide trustable and genuine content.
What is your greatest strength?
I have a good eye for details as I am a meticulous and detail-oriented person. A copywriter needs to possess editing skills, so I believe I am a perfect fit for this position. For instance, before assignment submissions, I always volunteered myself to do the last editing and cross-check with the assignment rubric or requirements. I will check for grammatical mistakes and fix the format details until I am satisfied with the final touch. And as I said earlier, learning from my past internship experience, my editing skills has gotten better and improved significantly as my supervisors guide me with the correct technique and skills. I have not mentioned this before, but I believe I possess high empathy with one's emotion. For example, my friends always seek me to share their thoughts and worries. Most of the times, I could relate myself and get immersed in their stories. I think this trait is important to create a product that will leave a big impression towards the audience. It is as if I could tell what's going on their mind, what's tugging on their hearts. So, as a copywriter, I aspire to give an impactful outcome through one sentence or maybe one word if possible.
Mrs. Iza, I am afraid this is all the time we have. Before we end the interview, do you have any question for me?
No. Thank you for having me in this interview. I hope to hear from you soon.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Iza. The company will be in touch with you later for any updates regarding this interview. Until then, have a nice day and thank you again.
Thank you.